I really want to. I really want to touch. Not touch base, but I want to like reach out to this guy in Belgium.
I wish we
guy,
could.
girl. I like. Is that the most random country?
I guess the only other country besides the U.S.
Belgium.
Yeah. If he.
Do they speak a different language over there?
Yeah, Belgianese.
Belgianese. Yes.
I have no clue. That'd be a question for you, Raya.
Yeah, he'd know.
He would know, and then he'd shame me for not knowing. I honestly don't know.
What language did they speak in Belgium? Dutch and French and German.
Oh, it's Dutch. Dutch, French, and German. I feel like I should have known Dutch in Belgium, but I didn't think about that.
So does he
Like, I
even
didn't
know
think about
what we are saying?
Well, who knows?
We got to have him
I
on.
don't know. I feel like I feel like everybody outside of the U.S., most people, this is not true, but like they know. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. People outside of the U.S. know English more than people in the U.S. know other languages.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it's like for me, like, do you ever have that like I would love to learn another language, but I don't want to put the effort in to learn another language?
So much. It takes so much.
It does.
Work.
It does, and I don't want to do it.
No way, man. I took Spanish for 2 years, and I don't know a single thing.
I did too. My Spanish class was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
I hated
my
mine.
teacher. Oh, dude. So for me, it was like our Spanish class was big for our school because there was freshmen all the way up to seniors in it.
Yeah.
So it was so much fun. So like when we were in it, my teacher as well, she was amazing, but she was so unorganized and stuff. So there were times she'd be like, "Hey, did you turn in your homework?" Yeah.
Yes.
What did I grade it? What did I get on it? 87? Oh, okay. Done. Like, done.
That's the easiest test you've ever, or easiest homework assignment you've ever.
She was funny and great, and so so at my school at this time as well, we had not transfer students. What's that called?
Exchange students.
Exchange students. Kind of. We brought in guys for basketball, but we didn't bring in guys for basketball.
I see.
They're all from Canada.
What?
Yeah. One was from. Where's Luka Doncic from? From
Lithuania?
Not Lithuania. He's from Serbia.
Serbia.
I think he's from Serbia. We had one guy from Serbia who played. His name was Luka. Isn't that funny?
What? Really?
Yeah. His name was Luka.
Must be a popular name.
His last name was Stojakovic or something like that. I think he's in California. Dude, he was an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And dude got all the ladies.
For real.
Yeah. Anyway.
Must be nice.
Yeah. But I have one amazing one.
I have the best one.
Shout out to my amazing wife.
Mine's better. Get right.
Wow. You want to? Are we doing that?
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Let's do it. Anyway, we had these exchange students, and some of them only came for a little bit and ended up going back to Canada. One of them played for Canada's national team in basketball.
Really?
He destroyed the college guys when he played. He was good.
How did you land? This is a high school in Kentucky.
Yeah.
How do you guys land a national player from Canada?
I don't understand.
Hey, come on down to Kentucky.
I mean, he wasn't at the time.
Dude,
he ended up being on their team, but he was so good. I mean, like, that was one of those guys you went, I am not on that skill level.
No.
He was scrimmaging the college guys. So we at one point had 5 guys from Canada. One was like 6'6" in athletic as could be.
Mm-hmm.
When they came down, the college guys had their freshmen play against our exchange students, and they beat them easily. I'm like, yeah. And it was like unfair. Like, I mean, you're watching this like, yeah, these guys are just on a different skill level.
Uh-huh.
Like they are, and they all were. One guy had a really interesting name, and I can't remember what it was. If I remember, I'll say it. But the one guy that played, his name was Munis.
Munis?
Munis.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
I've never heard Munis.
Munis. All of them had different. One guy that actually stayed.
Yeah.
Left his senior year for some weird reason. It was Lazarus.
Lazarus?
Yeah, call him Laz.
That's a solid name.
He was so dark, he was purple. And I'm not he was dark. Like he was black. He was dark skinned. He was so dark that he was literally a little bit purple. Like, I didn't know that was a thing.
That's why.
Yeah, it was. He was the nicest guy. He was awesome. And he was good. He was okay.
That's a fantastic name.
But so when he came, he could dunk, right?
Yeah.
And that was a big deal.
Yeah.
For us. And probably for you guys too. Anybody could dunk.
For real. My dunking days are still ahead of me.
Yeah. So are mine. That's why I tell myself the same thing. Dustin still does too. Like, Dustin, you're in your 30s. Give it up. But anyway, so he would always, and he was like, he'd always try to dunk at the beginning of practice, like every time, like try like 7 times, and eventually, it would like go in. Got it. I'm like, good job. Well, he ended up gaining like 30 pounds when he came to America.
Oh yeah,
he was like, America's food is so fatty, and I'm like,
one does.
And then they loved it. And then plus, since my high school's on a college campus, we had access to the college's food.
Oh,
so you could eat, and like. When I first visited our school, this was before, I think it was like Michelle Obama put in like the food thing. Like
before she ruined it.
Yeah. They had like a waffle station you could eat anytime. They had a cereal bar station. Yep. They had a sandwich station. They had a pie station. And they had a all pie. And then they had a salad bar that nobody touched. They had one section that was just rotisserie chicken, if you wanted just straight chicken. And then Michelle Obama came in and that all went away.
All of it?
And chocolate milk was unlimited.
Oh, man. All of it gone?
Not all of it. Sandwich bar stayed, cereal bar stayed, salad bar stayed, because that's the colleges. Yeah. But for us, the rotisserie chicken, we couldn't have that. Oh, my. Which didn't make sense. But that was a college thing, so whatever. But, like, yeah, it was... So it would have been dangerous if that would have been there when I was in high school. I would have been huge. Dude.
That's the dream in high school, dude. It's just having unlimited food like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
it really is, and they do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
my goodness,
if you wanted to get there early at school and go get like biscuits and gravy or pancakes, you could.
That's crazy. I feel like if that was the case for me, I would have been heavier. I feel like because like
you eat that much.
I mean, I can put it down for real.
You just have like a fat.
I had 2 burgers last night.
You did have 2 burgers.
I can really put it away. I eat very slow though.
Oh yeah,
I eat very slow. But
that's
like,
a good thing.
I think back to my high school days, like it just seemed like we were always out of food.
Mm-hmm.
It was because we I'm the
eat so much.
Yeah,
too.
I'm the oldest
3 brothers.
Exactly, oldest of 5. I'm 20. How old am I? I'm 23. I'm 23. Nate's 22. Ben's 20.
Weird. It's weird that Ben's 20.
21. Actually, no, Nate hasn't turned. At the end of this year, Nate will be 22. Then Ben will be 21. Yeah, which is crazy. So, I mean, we were just eating like crazy. Mom would go get groceries. We'd carry them in, and they'd be gone that day.
That I tried to explain to Kate, because she grew up with 5 sisters, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, me and Dustin probably ate what you and your 5 sisters ate in high school. Like, I almost guarantee it. So because, like I was telling her, we went to this lady's house at the church. Like, this, me and Kate did. They had me and Kate over after we got married. They're like, hey, can you guys come over? And her husband always makes fat jokes to me. It's hilarious. He is an amazing guy. I love this guy to death. He will make so many jokes to me. I love it. So she was like, I'll cook for you. Don't you worry. I'm like, okay. So we get there too. There's like 2 pounds of bacon. And it's just us 4.
Yeah.
And then like 6 biscuits that she made from scratch, gravy, all this food. And Kate goes,
oh my.
Kate goes, why did she make so much food? I go, because she knows how much I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
I go, I came ready. Like,
you know what I mean? I haven't eaten anything for 2 days preparing for this.
And she grew up, she had like 3 sons. So I tried to explain to Kate, I go, she knows what a guy is going to eat.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It was just like the food would go. It would go so fast. Like,
yeah, and I ate all of it.
Yeah,
it was all
exactly.
gone.
So that's why I'm like, if I were to have unlimited food like that, like how often did you eat at your school? Like you would just eat there?
I only ate for lunch, actually.
Oh, really? Only for lunch?
I mean, yeah, because like I'm not getting up any earlier than I have to in high school. I wasn't. So I'm not getting there early for breakfast, and then I mean, I'm not staying for their dinner.
Yeah.
I'd leave after practice.
There was like
a solid, want to go home.
Yeah, there was like a solid year, like either my sophomore or junior year, I would just go to school without a lunch and then just mooch food off of people. No joke. Like I would just like, because that's the same thing for me in the morning. I'm not making a lunch before I go to bed.
I'm not either.
And I'm not making a lunch when I get up in the morning. I'm literally putting on clothes and then going to school.
We had lunch every day. Like it was provided every day.
See, we didn't have that. No. It's a Christian school, dude. We got to make our money.
So was ours, but we're on the college campus. So every day was the same. So every Thursday was pizza day, and every Friday was chicken sandwich day. It's amazing. And like every Thursday, though, the funny thing is the pizza was low quality. So the pizza is about this thick.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So I mean, people know that's like a solid 3 centimeters.
3 centimeters
thick, and it barely had anything on it. Mm-hmm. But the best part, for some reason, was you just dip it in ranch. Like the whole, it was so good.
Yeah,
And
you're just
so, but the problem was people would get
ranch.
Yeah. So one of the issues though was people would get ranch and they'd get like a salad bowl and they would like fill up the salad bowl with ranch to the point where they were like either take it away. One time they had a lady that just stood there holding the bottle.
Oh yeah,
and you would go over and ask, and she would give you like the correct amount, and they would water it down.
Oh,
so like
what?
sometimes you would like, you know how when you pour out ranch is thick.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd pour it out, it would be like water. But like in high school, I didn't care. Nobody cared. Like everybody had
ranch
their plate.
Ranch.
Yeah, you had a plate with like 4 slices of pizza, and then you had a bowl of ranch to drink with it. You know what I mean? And then one of the best things they had though, I gotta tell you this real quick. They had chili.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They had a chili section. That
I'm a fan of chili.
Yeah, I am. Especially, I am depending on if I can put stuff in it. But either way,
yeah.
So the chili was really good, and it was really sweet, which I didn't know was a thing. You know what I mean?
Sweet
Till
chili?
I went here. Yeah. You know why it was sweet?
Why?
This guy would make a giant pot, right? Because sometimes you make it for college campus. That's a big pot of chili.
Right. Yeah. So you're making it for a ton of people.
Yeah. So when he would make it, he would put in like 2 liters of Mountain Dew.
What?
Yes. And that would make it really sweet. It was fantastic.
My jaw is dropping.
I know.
It just dropped.
He would put in Mountain Dew. And dude, it tasted amazing. It was sweet.
Is that like a secret recipe?
I've never done it outside of him doing it on that.
That's
I've never
gotta be a situation where it's like somebody donated Mountain
he messed
Dew.
up. Yeah.
Somebody gave us a ton of We gotta get rid of this Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Throw it in the chili.
Literally.
Throw it in the chili.
You know how it is on a college campus. That's a Christian college campus.
Oh yeah.
So you know they need everything they can get.
Donations. Yeah,
Yes.
we got to use all of it. That's so weird. I've heard. Okay,
Yes,
so the only weird thing, people put weird stuff in chili.
Yes, they do. I put cheese. I put cheese in mine.
That's not weird.
Yeah, I put sour cream.
That's not weird.
I put, I like onion, peppers, and all that in mine, but sometimes that just comes with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's basically it.
That's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now we're talking Mountain Dew in chili. That's not heard of.
No, it's not.
I also heard somebody say they put chocolate syrup in chili.
I'm not doing that.
I mean, like I had it and I was like, "There's chocolate syrup in this." Like you can't tell, but like
that person needs to be accused of something.
Yeah, the other your dude with the Mountain Dew.
That's true.
You're dumping 2 liters in.
In a giant pot. Yeah,
yeah. For real,
so I mean, but it was so good.
That's so random.
If you like sweet, if some people are like chili is supposed to be spicy, you know, I should be breathing fire after I eat it. It's like, okay, fine, but that was so good.
I'd be interested to try that because I don't think I've ever had a really sweet chili.
I've had somebody made chili once. Actually, in Kentucky, we had a chili cook-off at church. So people would bring in different ones, and one guy, my brother-in-law, would always bring in like a hot chili, and his wife would bring in a brown sugar one. So that was sweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And hers would usually win because it's sweet.
Yeah.
And then his would get close because if you like it hot,
spicy, yeah.
But so for me, this is an interesting topic. Do you like spicy foods?
A
hot sauce type person?
I do to an extent.
So to me, I like it, but when it gets too hot that I can't enjoy it, then I'm done. I don't understand people that are like, "Give me the ghost pepper chips," or put ghost peppers in my
the 1 chip challenge.
Yeah, stuff like that. Well, they're like, "No, it tastes good." I go, "You're sitting there sweating."
Yeah, they're sitting sweating.
If it I had there's those what's that brand? Pack how do you say it? PAQ. You know what I'm talking about? The 1 chip challenge brand.
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can picture it.
Yeah.
But they have a ghost pepper chips.
Oh yeah.
And I tried them once when I was at work. And I'm like, I want to try them because I do like spicy if it tastes good.
Right.
So I tried it. There was no flavor for me.
Yeah, it's
at all. It was just hot.
It's just torment.
And it's like, this is miserable. What's the point in this?
The point is for the people watching you to react.
Yes.
That's the only
And
point.
for me, I already sweat like a pig. So now I'm sweating even more because this is so hot.
Yeah, dude. And it makes your face tight.
Yeah.
It tightens your face.
And then you're just there going, because and then you get I need some milk.
Yeah, exactly.
Bread.
They do that at Buffalo Wild Wings, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
They charge straight up $3.50 or something like that. Something
Yeah.
crazy for a glass of milk.
Yes.
And if you're getting those mango habanero wings, dude.
Whatever their hot ones are, I think theirs is ghost pepper, or it's called. I tried their hottest wing one time.
Yeah.
Again, there was no point.
Yeah, and they're killing. My friend one time, Devin Billy, he ordered
I know that name.
Yeah, he ordered some mango habanero, and he straight up spent probably like $10 on glasses of milk. They just ran them. They just ran them up. Yeah, Go into the restaurant with a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Like
If you're gonna eat the hot.
Yeah.
When I go in, if I get wings, I'm like a garlic Parmesan fan.
Oh,
honey
yes.
barbecue.
Oh yes.
I'm a garlic fan though. I like garlic.
I'm selling this desk on Facebook Marketplace, and I've been trying to get rid of it for so long. It's been like 3 weeks, and someone just texted me.
You're like, I gotta hop on this
I'm like,
opportunity.
is this available? Yes, it's available. When do you want it? Yes, come get it now, please.
You selling it for free?
No,
You're
not
getting
for
ready to give it.
free.
Oh, okay.
So
You
I
said
did
you're
that.
selling it.
I do that sometimes. So the first time I did it was someone. So at our apartment, people will, when they move
just
out,
like put stuff out.
people are so lazy, dude. People put their entire house by the dumpster, and it's so funny because it always happens at night.
Yes,
they people go to move out and they don't want people to see them move their entire house and put it by the dumpster, so they'll do it at night. We'll get home at night
and there's just a couch.
No, we'll get home at night and there's nothing at the dumpster, and then morning when I leave to go to work, there's a couch, there's a bed frame,
mattress.
There's everything. Like, these people did everything at night.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And so like people put nice stuff out there. So I'm like that. If I see something on the side of the road, I'm stopping, I'm turning around, I'm looking at it. Like, I'm always
depending on what it is. I know what you mean.
I'm always looking at stuff on the side of the road, for real. And so
I was looking to make that profit flip thing.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I did.
Know.
Somebody dropped off this chess table. So it has like a table built. It's like a circular table and has 4 stools, and it has a chessboard like built into it.
That's cool.
Yeah. And like somebody left it there, and they left all the screws and stuff like in a baggie on top of it. So I'm like, obviously they cared enough. So it's just sitting by the dumpster. So I went and I grabbed it, carried it all in. I ended up selling it for like $75.
Dude, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And the great thing about marketplaces, people will come and pick it up at your door.
Yeah.
So
that is a nice thing.
and then I found this other desk that I'm selling right now I found on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And so
I'm
trying to sell it.
I've been times where I've looked on Facebook Marketplace to try to buy something and then resell it.
Yeah, exactly.
Randomly, I do that.
I bought a car. I bought a car off of Facebook Marketplace. It's actually that story is wild. So like
the one out here in the parking lot.
Yeah, my Honda.
I wondered about that because
I
was like, when did he get this like Honda Coupe? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah. So I bought that on Facebook Marketplace a year or 2 ago.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you sold your second car. Like,
so I did. I sold it to Nate.
But I thought you were down to one car.
We were.
But it was that that SUV.
Yeah, so that's our one car that we had. That's Lucy's.
But you said you bought this Honda like a year ago.
Yeah, I've had that for like 2 years. I sold it to Nate like a while ago.
Oh, my bad.
He moved to Arizona, so he sold it back to me. Or I repossessed it.
He repossessed it?
Because he didn't have it all the way paid off, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about it. It makes me upset sometimes.
Wait,
that whole situation. Never sell a car to your siblings. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Keeping that, unless you're just dropping cash.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Did you have him just like, did he basically just pick up the payments, basically?
Yeah, so I own it.
Should we not get into that?
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to be mean. I'm not getting into it. Anyway, so
did it stay in your name, but he said he'd pay it off?
So I own it.
Let's get juicy. Tell me what happened.
I own this car, okay? I own it. And Nate needed a car, and you
gotta help your brother out.
And I needed the extra money. So I'm like, buddy, no down payment. Just start paying me this a week.
Yeah.
And I'll sell it to you for this amount. And
how'd that work out for you?
Didn't go very far. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that now he's back in Arizona.
Now he's back in Arizona without a car, and I have my car back. I repossessed it.
He doesn't have a car?
No.
How did he get to Arizona?
He flew.
Who's picking him up?
And my brother lives there.
Is that? Oh, that's where Ben is. Oh, he's in Arizona. I
Ben
forgot about that.
Yeah. Anyway, so this car I got off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I got super lucky. Like, I've heard a lot of nightmares about people buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Like, it's crazy how many Arab people sell vehicles in our area. Because we live so close to Dearborn. Like, the Muslim capital of the U.S.
Is that why?
Yes.
I actually didn't know that.
Dearborn is
that makes sense.
Overrun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We literally have 2 mosques.
Yes,
within a block of us.
Yep. Yeah, we do.
2 mosques within a block of us. So a lot of them resell vehicles like that, and a lot of them are sketchy. Like,
I guarantee
it's
it.
crazy. It'll take me like I'll go and look up Facebook Marketplace. First car I click on, it's some Arab guy selling cars.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to be careful because they'll roll back the odometer. They'll no joke. Like it'll be at like 200 something thousand miles.
They put it like 120.
They'll roll it back to 120. Yeah,
yeah.
And I think that you can go to jail for that or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
probably.
So I got super lucky. This guy, I just messaged him up in Michigan somewhere. Messaged him, I've been looking for a car for a while, and I actually have another story about a car. You really got to be careful when you buy cars on Facebook Marketplace.
You do. I've only bought one car off of somebody else, but it wasn't Facebook Marketplace.
You got to be so careful. I have another story about another car, but I'll finish this one first. This is the good story.
Good.
So I'm messaging this guy. His name's Joseph. I go up to see it. And I plan on buying it, right?
Yeah,
so I get up there, we pull into his driveway, and he has like a scripture sign in his front yard.
Oh,
and so I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like,
yeah.
He's probably a Christian.
Good sign right there.
That's a really good sign. I pull up, and I meet him. Super nice guy. He's a mechanic, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so
that's nice.
Yeah, so he knew what was up with the car.
Yeah. So he's either gonna completely screw you or be completely honest.
Yes. And he was a Christian, so he was completely honest. So
that is awesome.
So I got so lucky.
That's amazing.
So I get there and he wanted to sell it to me for like this certain amount, and he's like, honestly, I didn't think you were gonna come, so I'll sell it to you for like $500 less.
That's awesome.
I was like, all right, that works.
Sweet.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Turns out,
it looks nice.
Oh yeah, it's super. I the ball bearing went out, so I had to replace the front axle on it, that stinks. But
yeah. Stuff happens.
So we start talking, and turns out my dad was with me. Turns out that Dad preached at his church like 2 weeks before we went to.
Wow,
isn't that wild?
That really is.
So like,
that's cool though.
Yeah, it's completely random guy on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
that had that connection. So that's
Lord, cool.
The Lord was definitely in that one.
Yeah.
My other experience with buying a car.
Oh no.
So I get my COVID money.
Oh yes.
I'm so stupid. I still can't believe.
Is this when you weren't married yet?
I was definitely not married yet.
Okay.
So
you still wouldn't hear the end of it if you were.
Exactly. I was 100% not married. But so I get my COVID money, and I got like, I don't know what, $3,000 or something like that. I'm just burning a hole in my pocket. And I really like Hondas. I've owned 3 Hondas.
Oh really?
Yeah, a Honda is the best vehicle in my opinion.
Oh okay.
One of the best. And so I really like retro cars. So I'm looking at Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, my brother Ben actually loves retro cars too. And he sends me this one. It was like $2,700, 1986 Honda Civic.
Wow.
Like old retro car. Like this thing was, and it had like
old to us.
Yeah, for real. It had like 100 and something thousand miles, like 103,000 miles, which for that a Honda is like very low.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this thing is it's gold color. It was the interior was so clean. Like this thing was
real nice.
This thing was mint, like so nice, bro.
So when's the hammer drop here?
You'll see. So I go buy this car.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We look at it, and the guy was super chill.
Yeah.
Nice, whatever. And we buy the car, and I drove it for maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
I did not have it very long, but it was like my daily drive. Like I had a Subaru that I sold, and then
so that was your car.
That was my car. Yeah. So I was driving that. Like my commute was that.
Yeah.
So I'm driving it, and then it goes out, and I tow it back home. I'm trying to figure it out. I replaced like a bunch of random stuff on it, and then come to find out the engine block just cracked. Like it blew a head gasket in the engine block.
Oh no!
Like the engine block literally had like a hairline crack in it, so it's toast.
Yeah, that's that. Usually, I hear you blow a head gasket, your engine's basically done. Yeah. I've been told.
Yeah,
I'm not a mechanic at all.
it was toast. So I'm like, okay, I gotta sell this thing. So I'm like trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace with
basically scrapping it.
Yeah. And so I ended up selling it for like $700.
Oh, so you got something out of it.
Lost like $2,000 on it.
Man,
I get there. The guy gets there to look at it, and he restores vehicles, so he's looking at it and stuff, and he's underneath it looking at it,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Did you have any work done to this?" And I was like, no. Has this thing been in any accidents? I was like, I don't think so. The guy didn't tell me of any. It was a clean title.
Yeah, clean. Okay, yeah, no history on it or whatever that you know of.
Yeah. And he's like, that's so weird because I'm pretty sure that I was like so shook when he told me this.
Oh no.
He goes, I'm pretty sure that this is two halves of two separate vehicles.
What? Like welded together?
Yes, bro.
That's so scary.
I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, it looks like right back here behind.
Did you look?
Yeah, he showed me. Literally, the back half of the vehicle is a separate vehicle. The front half is one car. The back half is a different car.
Is that a thing that people do?
Apparently, dude. Legit.
80s were a wild time.
Dude, it must have been so old. It's such an old vehicle that I don't know what happened with the title or whatever. Or maybe the guy just was a fake, title. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But, bro, the car was clearly in a fender bender.
Yeah.
And they put a back half of a different car on this car.
I'm glad you got rid of it.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I was I was embarrassed. Like, how did I know. I'm like, yeah, you can have it. You can take it for this amount.
Yeah.
Like, it was literally two separate vehicles welded together. And he's like, yeah, they actually did a really good job, like, welding it together.
Well, it never fell apart.
Well, of course they did. I had no idea.
Yeah. Never fell apart on you. That's important, though.
Yeah, for real. But
to your engine, your problem was the engine. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah.
But still,
it literally was a back half, and you could tell. Like if you open the trunk up and like saw the paint color is a different paint color than was on the front.
Yeah.
And like. On the inside,
Dude.
like not on the exterior. The exterior looked fine.
Yeah,
honestly, this car was so clean. The interior of it
was nice.
But bro, it was literally two different vehicles.
That's really
welded together, like that.
That's amazing.
Be careful on Facebook Marketplace. Like,
oh yeah. Did I tell you? I don't know. Did I ever tell you the story how I got my first car?
No, I want to hear it though.
So it's a good story. So there was this old lady.
It's always an old lady.
Yes, that. And I'm not joking. I was told she did not like kids and teenagers. Like she just didn't like them, but she liked me. So she told me I need to move. I'm moving. If you come move my stuff, you can have my car because I can't drive anymore. That's
a steal.
Yeah.
It's
an '02 Buick Century. So you're talking like nice fabric seats, cassette player in it,
Yes, sir.
And air conditioning and air worked.
Yes,
that's important.
That's key.
So that's my only thing about cars now. If it I am at the point if it doesn't have air conditioning or heat, don't get me wrong, I'll probably still drive it depending on the situation, but I am gonna try and get it fixed.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am like, sounds good. So she dies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So before you could help her move?
Before I could help her move.
That went south quick.
Yes, it did. And I was like,
so she died.
I was sad that she died, but I was also sad because there went my car.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what ended up happening?
So what happened is it went to her daughter. So her daughter was like, "Hey, my mom wanted you to have this car, so it's yours."
Really? She gave it to you?
She gave me the car.
And you didn't have to move a single item?
Nope. So I mean, I might have done something.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't remember. But all I know is I got the car. It's a '02 Buick Century. So here's a funny thing I want to ask you. My dad, gets it. It wasn't, I'm like 16.
Yeah.
So, he puts on the insurance and I'm taking it to school. So he fills it up with gas. Mm-hmm. So if somebody asked, whose car is it mine or my dad's?
Who fills it up?
My dad. It's my dad's.
It's
my dad's.
It's your dad's.
I didn't say it at the time.
Yeah. You're telling everybody I got a car. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So the thing is, back then, to me, that was my car. And I would say that to my dad. Like, no, this is my car, right?
Oh yeah.
And that was one of the only like adult things that hit me when I became an adult.
Yeah.
Was it is not your car unless you're filling up the tank, paying the insurance, and paying for any type of fixing on it.
Yeah.
It's not your car. So, and I'm saying that because that was one of the only, like, how when you become an adult and you get a job, you always get the, oh yeah, no more, now the real world's going to hit you.
Yeah.
People would say that. And like, to me, that was never a thing. My dad kind of prepared me for that. Like, I wasn't surprised when I had to start paying bills.
Right.
But the car thing, I didn't realize until when you're 18 years old paying your own car insurance and you get liability, which is the lowest, and people are paying like $70 for that a month, maybe $20 a month, and I'm paying $200.
Yeah.
And it, like no coverage. Yeah. And so anyway, but
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's interesting that he did that for you, even
My
for
dad?
even for a time, like gave you like paid for your gas and stuff.
Well, I mean, I was 16 in high school.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I had and that was my to school car when I started driving. So, because my mom they didn't want to drive me to school if I could drive.
That makes more sense. So they're like, yeah, we'll pay for your gas if you do this yourself.
Literally, and the thing is, like, the car was free, so that's why my dad's like, okay, you can just drive it.
see,
So if I go anywhere, I would just take my car, and his car. But it's just funny because that was one of the times I remember telling my dad, like, that was wrong. I was wrong. That was your car. Like,
yeah, for real.
now that I pay for everything on my own, but you know what I mean. It's like that was my dad's car.
Yeah,
like easily.
My first car I got from my grandparents, grandma and grandpa Sowell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from them, and it was a navy blue Chrysler 300.
Oh, the 300.
Yeah,
that's not. Was it nice?
No, dude.
Oh, it was okay.
It was like I gotta look this car up. It was
the Chrysler 300s are nice, but I'm thinking of the ones right now.
Looking Chrysler 300.
Wait, what year? What year?
It was like
it's like 90s,
2001 or 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine was not like that. Buick was not the prettiest car.
I'm gonna look this up so you can see it.
Yeah,
Buicks run forever.
Yeah,
they do.
The only reason that car stopped was because I wrecked it going down like a snowy hill. That's a whole story.
Oh yeah,
that's a whole dude. That's a story.
I've never been in a car accident.
I've been in like 5.
5 car accidents.
Maybe more. Dude, I've been in 3 with Dustin. 2.
3. Dustin was driving.
Yeah, on all 3 of them. 2 with Dustin? Was it 3 or 2? I have to ask. And then I think I've been in 5.
Dude, that's crazy. How have I not been in? That scares me, dude.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
then you get one on the way home.
I'll get an accident on the way home, dude.
And so here's the thing with a car accident. In my opinion, the bad thing of a car accident isn't the impact and the hits.
Yeah.
It's all the aftermath. It's the dealing with insurance and dealing with people, depending on how bad it was and whose fault it was and all that. That's the worst part. Like the accident itself, yeah, and depending on how bad it is, don't get me wrong. People get in accidents where you're in the hospital. I'm not arguing that. Yeah. But like fender bender ones where nothing happens, you're just dealing with insurance and you're dealing with the people, depending on what it is. That's it.
That's it, dude.
That's the 300.
That's like a 2000 Chrysler 300.
Weird. So they're so much bigger now. That's why
they're huge. Okay. They're huge now. That car.
That's hilarious.
It's so ugly, isn't it?
Yeah, it just looks weird.
Yeah, it was the worst. So I get this from my grandparents.
It's funny because now they're huge, like really big cars now. So that I wasn't expecting.
They make them to look kind of like Rolls Royces.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
That's why a certain people love them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
certain people love them.
Oh, you cut that. Don't cut it. Cut it. No, don't cut it. Anyway, so I get this from my grandparents. I drive it to Bible college.
Whose was it?
It was mine.
No, I meant like you got it from your grandparents. Like, was it his car?
It was my grandma's.
Oh, it was hers. Okay.
Yeah. So I did like yard work for them for like a summer, and they gave it to me.
There you go.
There's no
That's
chance.
grandparents for you.
Yeah, I did not do anywhere near the worth of yard work. For that car. So I definitely got a deal on it. But I drove.
Probably did like $200 worth.
Yeah. I drove it. I mean, it was. Chrysler sucks. Never buy a Chrysler vehicle.
Really?
Don't.
My mom had the 200 for years. That car ran great.
See, it's hit or miss.
Yeah,
Chrysler is the worst vehicle you can possibly buy.
I do Toyota. I like
Toyota is fire. It's fire. And then Honda is a good. Buy foreign made cars, dude.
Literally.
100%.
I've actually, go ahead. Finish your story.
I drive this to Bible college, and it had some issues, but like I knew the issues, so I knew how to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl asked. That's what you do in college. You ask to borrow people's cars.
Yes, you do.
Not everybody.
Not everybody has a car.
Not everybody has a car. So she wanted to go get ice cream with her friends.
So she has to borrow it?
She has to borrow my car, and I was like, I wasn't even like.
How'd you feel about that?
I mean, I was like, fine. I was just a nice guy.
Was she cute?
No, she was not. Not at all. I don't know. To this day, I don't know why I said yeah. I'm like, yeah.
I figured you were gonna say yes because she was hot
she was not
or something.
Not anywhere near that category.
So there was no interest either way.
No, okay, I was just being like a nice. I think I was new and I was just trying to be like a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let.
No, that's understandable. I just wondered.
Whatever. So she takes the car, dude.
About it.
She takes the car and she just straight up she puts it in low. she shifted.
Did she just not realize she did?
No, she didn't. She shifted into the low and just overworked the engine like bad. Drove there to the ice cream place or whatever. And,
oh no.
Yeah, and blew something out on it, and then she's like yeah. So she wrecked it.
Man,
she broke my car.
That
was freshman year, baby, and then
where'd you go?
I went to VBC Vision
VBC.
Baptist.
VBC.
Shout out VBC.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was.
And then I left.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was tough because I had
That's
hard.
hard.
That was like my thing to work and everything,
Yeah.
and so I
That's
literally, I put it. They towed it to a shop, but I can't even afford to like keep it at the shop.
Yeah.
So like, luckily,
you got no money in college.
no, none. Luckily, the person that recommended the garage knew the owner, or whatever. So I was just
You got lucky there.
Eventually, I just had them scrap it, and so that paid for however long it sat there. But yeah, not cool,
dude.
Shout out to her.
I bought this guy had this Toyota Camry, and it was like his grandma's or something, and she quit driving, so it was sitting in there.
It's always a grandma.
I know.
Why is it always an old lady or a grandma?
I was in college and I asked this guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for a car. I want a Toyota. I want like a Camry. He's like, dude, I have a Toyota Camry, like 07, sitting at my house right now. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah.
We'll take it.
He's like, I'll give it to you for like $1,000. And he goes, I think the rotors are bad on it. I'm like, deal. I will fix the rotors. 160.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
For $1,000?
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, deal. Like that sounds good.
Yeah.
He goes home and he's like, oh wait, I gotta ask my mom because it's actually like in their name.
Yeah.
So then they're not gonna sell it to me for $1,000 once they find out.
No.
So they say since the rotors are bad, they're like $2,500.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, okay. I go, I'll do $2,500 for it.
That's still
So I bought it. I bought it and I was like driving it and rotors were terrible. Not the rotors. I'm sorry. No.
Well, yeah, the rotor is what your brake clamps on.
I know. So it wasn't the rotor. It was the
bearings.
No
ball bearings.
It's killing me. I'll look and see. I can't remember.
Brake pads.
Mm-mm. No, because it wasn't when you hit the brakes. Just driving in general. It had wheel bearings.
Wheel bearings.
Yeah. So you could tell.
Wheel bearings.
You could tell. And I drove it home, and I this guy that I worked with was a mechanic.
Yeah.
And he did it on the side, and he did it before he used to run his own shop. So anyway, he was like the only guy I trusted besides my uncle, but he lived up here.
That's a life hack, dude.
Oh, having a mechanic that you trust.
Yeah, knowing a mechanic is a life hack.
And he would help me out, right? He would do things and he wouldn't charge me as much. And he was even certified, like as far as like he had insurance on his shop at home. Like he wasn't just a at home one, like he was an actual side business.
I got a wrench in the back.
Literally, yeah. Like and he had a lift in his garage, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I took it to him and he said, after the wheel bearings and everything, because I bought them off like Rock Auto and had them ordered in. He's like, all right, it's gonna be like $100, $150, and that's for his labor too.
Yeah, man.
For both wheel bearings, and since he's getting the wheel bearings, he's gonna go ahead and do brakes. So he was gonna do all of that: brakes, wheel bearings, rotors, maybe $200, and that's it.
Dang, that's good.
So
that's a good.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, deal. I appreciate it. So he starts doing it. He's taking things off, and he's just finding problem after problem, and he's calling me, "Hey, man, this is messed up. This is messed up." I'm just like on the phone, like, "Oh no." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just destroyed myself. Mm-hmm. So here's how cool this guy was, and this guy has stories of his own. He's an awesome guy. Yeah. He goes, well, here's the thing, man. I'm not a liar and stuff like that. I told you $200. It's $200. He replaced like basically the entire front suspension plus brakes and everything.
That's insane.
He did the tie rods. He did because everything kept. But he's like, he goes, this is one of the issues with being a mechanic is you don't really know what you're fixing till you start fixing it, and then you find other problems. Yeah. And so he was like, it's $200. So he hands me the sheet of everything he had to buy, $600.
No way.
Just for the parts. Dude. And it was only $600 because he's a certified mechanic. He can get them at face value or whatever.
Yeah.
So the receipt, if he wasn't a mechanic, was maybe like $1,200.
That's insane.
Just for parts.
He got him half.
Yes, I mean something around that. I could be wrong, but like so I'll say 1,000.
Yeah.
So basically $1,000 worth of parts, and he did all the work. It took him like 3 days, right? Because he kept finding problems, and he had to keep ordering or going and getting parts.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I told you $200," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm not giving you I'm not gonna have you lose money."
Yeah.
So but I didn't really have that much money. So I ended up giving him like $750.
Here's a coupon.
Yeah,
that I found.
So I paid him at least for the parts. That was easy.
Yeah.
And then I dropped him like $150, something. I that's all I had.
Yeah, yeah.
I felt bad, but I didn't have it, and he knew that, and he was fine with it. But the funny thing is, like, after it's done, it's Toyota, right? So after like everything's done, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have this car for a while."
Yeah,
he's like, "This thing's gonna run."
Yeah.
And I still have it now, right? That's
Really?
That's
You
my
still
work
use
car.
it?
Yeah, it's my work car.
Dude.
Because it's a Toyota, so it's got like
yeah,
170,000. So
You're
I'm hoping
chilling.
it'll go to like 250.
You are chilling.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude. People like that
yeah.
deserve.
He was an awesome guy.
Yeah, people like that are great.
Yeah, it was so great, like that he did that, and he was gonna do it. And you know how much I'm not gonna be that person that's like, "Yep, deal 200."
Appreciate
and
it, bud.
He's and he's in the hole
Yeah.
$400. I'm not doing that.
There's nothing
Yeah.
worse than car problems.
Yeah, no,
I kid you
it's
not.
so frustrating because it stops your whole life.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty positive guy. I don't get depressed very easily.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been depressed actually.
There you go. That's good.
Never have. Maybe once or twice, but I don't live there. So
Yeah,
basically, if my car has a problem, it kills me.
Yeah.
It's so bad, dude. Like if
I hate it.
if I have car issues, it literally
Especially if
that'll
you don't
ruin-
know the problem.
exactly that'll
Yeah.
ruin my day faster than
Oh
anything.
yeah.
Faster than anything. So people like
Yeah.
that are clutch and
Yes.
willing to help you. Like
Yeah.
Pete Deering here is
Mhm.
like my guy. He's my mechanic guy.
I didn't know he was even a mechanic.
Oh yeah, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Pete Deering, and then Mike Slutta too. Your uncle.
That's my uncle. So it's I'd be careful because he used to work on so many cars.
He's gotten burned out.
So he No, he doesn't anymore.
He
He's
doesn't?
very picky about it. Yeah.
He's very picky. Yeah.
Well, he'd work 12 hours, go home and work another 9 hours.
Oh yeah, for real.
Sleep for 2 hours and get up.
He
I
dude.
don't know if
He's
that
got
adds up to 24,
he
but you know
has
what I mean,
crowns in heaven.
dude.
My man's gonna be loaded with crowns in
Yes,
heaven for working on people's cars.
And his knowledge of cars.
Oh, it's crazy.
So like I worked at Vendevers.
you
Right?
get him talking on cars, dude.
Oh,
you
man.
go and go and go.
When I worked at Vendevers, I remember I actually worked right next to him. He was the mechanic for the used cars.
Ah, yeah.
So
What were you?
there were
doing
times
there?
I was detailing.
Dude, I did detailing too.
You did?
Just not at Endeavors, but like
Just in general?
yeah.
Oh yeah. I did it at Vendevers. And
That's crazy.
he worked right next to me. And there were times I saw the Mercedes and Audi mechanics worked in their store, a giant one, right? Because I was in Mercedes and Audis a lot. And I've seen those guys come over and get him to ask him a question.
Oh yeah.
And those guys have the degrees, they're getting paid because they're working on strictly Mercedes and Audi cars.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming maybe they're not.
Oh, they're
but-
100% getting paid.
Oh, easily, yeah.
We have a
Easily.
caller.
We do have a caller. Let me see.
Answer it.
I did answer. Hey, I'm doing the cast. What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, we okay. Wow. She got off. She did not want to be on the podcast. I don't blame her. I was like,
Why
hey,
did you take her makeup, Dan?
I'm doing the. I know.
Come on.
That's such an issue. Like, I left this in the car, and I'm like, okay, whose fault is it? And then I end up apologizing. So
You can go ahead.
I'm such a stubborn person.
You can go ahead and apologize right now if you need to.
I'm sorry, babe. No, I actually I knew that her stuff was in the car, but I didn't want to get back out of the car, take it inside.
You were not alive until you drank coffee this morning.
No.
I was.
I mean, especially because like I got home from Becca and Jacobs, and then we played Xbox. Me and my wife did.
you guys played it.
We did. We played some Xbox when we got home. Sat there and played some zombies and stuff, and then like went to bed at like 12:30. Got up at 6:30, and I'm like, and I work second shift. I don't get up before 10 usually.
No,
So-
me neither.
But still, like it's
So you did car
ridiculous.
detailing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How long did you do it for?
I did that for like 6-7 months.
Have you? Okay,
Maybe 8.
I have a question for you.
know.
Have you detailed a car since
Since then,
you worked there?
I mean, besides my own,
You have.
I've detailed my own.
That's interesting.
It depends on what you mean by detail, because
Like, dude, like
you know what I mean.
Like, did the
Like-
work that you did at work?
well, like I don't have the resources. That I
Okay,
had at
okay,
work.
that makes more sense.
So, like at there you have all the resources because that's your job.
Yeah.
So like
Where's
if I
the-
had those resources,
Where's
nice.
Endeavors? Is that on
That's
Central?
a great question. Yes,
It's on Central.
I think is it on Central?
It's Central is where that Walmart is.
It's not there.
No,
That's because I live close to there. It's not that close. It's actually by the mall.
Oh,
Not by the mall, but I think
know.
it's this. I think it's on that. Is it
It's
Reynolds?
probably. I think it's
What's
on
that off of?
Monroe, maybe.
Oh, Monroe. Maybe it is Monroe.
I
I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so you're farther away. But I worked.
Yeah,
at,
yeah.
I worked at Brown Honda, which is on Central.
Oh, you did it. You worked at a detailing shop.
Yep.
I thought you just did it like.
No, I was actually at a car dealership.
That's hilarious.
Which that's
I
a
didn't know
whole
that.
car dealerships are a whole other world.
Yeah.
Like they're an entire another
Yes.
world, bro. Like
Yeah.
I was surprised. So I started out there as a porter.
That's
Dude,
what I did.
dude,
I
that's
started at a porter, and I was not good at it. So they
Dude,
put me to detail.
No. Here's the thing.
It's a hard job, actually.
It's not though.
It's not for me. It's not. It's easy, but it's hard because of
How easy it is. Listen, here's the issue I ran into.
Yeah.
So I started out as a porter.
the same
and
thing happened to you.
Here's your probably.
Yeah.
Here's your job. Drive the cars off the thing and park them.
Yeah,
That's it. Like you literally drive cars around and you run errands.
You keep yeah.
And you go and get parts.
You keep the lot neat.
Exactly.
That's what I was told. I didn't do it very well.
Keep the lot neat. Okay, so that's
For
like,
me. Like,
yeah.
Keep the cars because like at Redevers, like I said, it's Mercedes and Audi. So like they want the cars parked evenly.
I see.
They want it nice. They want like
so
that.
they obviously cared more because it's a nicer.
Yeah.
nicer
They're
cars.
very nice dealership.
For us, it's just a brown Honda. So it was like literally, I would go get. I had a golf cart.
I did too. Yep.
For me, it was like when I went to apply, they're like, "Okay, so you're gonna have this golf cart," and I'm like, "All right, sold. I'll take it.
I know, right?
I'll take the job, 100%." I was getting
I have a
paid
golf
like
cart.
I was getting paid like maybe like 10, 12 an hour.
Yeah, I was getting 10.
It was not not very much,
Yeah.
but so basically, you just show up, you drive the car. So here's what I would do. I would pull them through. So Honda would wash every one of their cars that would get serviced.
Yeah.
So the mechanics come in, and they bring the car in. They put them on the lift. They do the work to them. I pull them off the lift, and I take them around, run them through the car wash, and then I go park them.
Okay.
So that's what you do, and it's not. Sometimes it like no cars for hours.
Yeah.
So you're like
cleaning. Yeah.
You're sweeping.
You got to pass time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so the job, there wasn't that much to do.
Yeah.
So what, like I would do so for me, it was like I would just do everything,
Yeah.
get everything done.
Yeah.
And then I would just like kind of sit around,
Nothing to do. Like,
talk to the mechanics. I would like drive the golf cart around.
mm-hmm.
And so the guy that was in charge of me,
Just look busy.
yeah, exactly. The guy that was in
Yeah,
charge of
yeah.
me was like, he was not a great, everybody hated him.
Yeah.
He was not great. And so basically he would talk to the guy. So it was like a back shop and there was a front shop. So he would talk to the guy that was in the front shop who was over him, who was also over everybody else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
He had a conversation with him and be like, basically, he doesn't do anything, he
Yeah.
and he called me.
The guy had your back.
Yeah, he did not at all. He basically he tattled on me. And no joke, the guy that had coming in was like mentally retarded.
Oh man.
The guy that they wanted to hire
Really?
instead,
Yeah.
was like had a disability of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I go up there. He's like, I had a conversation with the guy up front. I want
Yeah.
you have to have a meeting with him or whatever. So I'm like, oh no, am I gonna get fired?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I go up there.
That's always fun.
His name was Mark. So I go up there. Like I was a hard worker. I did everything I was supposed to.
Yeah.
I just did it fast enough to where there was a lot of downtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot. Of
I know what you
downtime.
mean.
And so I go up there and he's like, yeah, so he said that you basically aren't doing anything and he's seeing you like just killing time a lot. And I literally said,
Wow.
I thought it was it. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna fight this. So I'm like, honestly, I told him this. I'm like, I do everything that he tells me to do so fast that he can't keep up with me. Like he does not have enough work for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he'll tell me to mop the same place over and over again. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I need more work. Like, I'm a hard worker. And he's like, you know what, dude? You sound like a stand-up guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in detailing? And I'm like, 100%. Like, I've been, I'll move up the ladder 100%.
Yeah.
And so I moved to detailing, dude. And I did that for another like 5-6 months.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
And
Yeah.
And they actually bought, Brown Honda is
it on Central?
It's on Central.
Yeah,
it's right by the highway.
Yep.
They bought another building, which was the old Mazda building
Oh, okay.
down the street.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's an old Mazda dealership. So like everything's
cool.
and we had the whole place to ourselves. It was like me and like
that's nice.
3 other detailers.
Yeah.
And we just detailed cars all day.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
drive some stupid nice cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was
Yeah.
the best. Well, detailing cars it's kind of satisfying.
It
too.
is super sad. I love it.
So
I loved it.
my Porter experience was the exact opposite.
Really?
I was a terrible worker. Dude, I didn't know how to work.
Really?
I didn't learn how to truly work until I worked at a warehouse when I was like 20. When I worked at
warehouse jobs are the worst.
Yes, they are, and that's where I learned to work. So, one of my biggest like regrets in life was my Vendevers experience because they brought me in because of my uncle. And I was not a good worker, so I still to this day I regret it so bad because I'm like I was not good, and the job was easy, right?
Yeah,
and I'm at Vendevers, which is also a really nice dealership.
Yeah, yeah.
So
the expectations got to be a little bit higher than Brown Honda.
So like, and then I went to detailing. I did fine at detailing, but I was a porter. I was just bad. Yeah. And then I detailed fine though. But I think the reason was because it kept me busy.
Yeah, you had stuff to do. Yeah, that's
what
I'm saying. That was my issue.
Yeah. Like that made it a lot easier. And then I worked at so many different places. But now I know how to work. I know more true the definition of work.
Dude, I have a story about when I was a porter. So you have to pull the cars off the lot, and it's like a little ramp that they go up on. So you got to give it some juice to get over the ramp, right?
Yeah.
And
I got one for you too,
dude. I was pulling off a car off one of the lifts, and the mechanic is supposed to tell you what was done to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He said, well, I mean, okay, so. In this instance, he should have told me what was done to it, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because he did a brake job, and you have to pump the brakes to get pressure.
He didn't pump them?
He didn't pump them.
Why? Why didn't he?
I have no idea.
That's weird.
He didn't pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Which basically means you get pressure in the line.
Yeah.
So where you actually have brakes.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have any right now.
I literally am pulling this car off the lot.
Are you going up on the?
No, I'm coming off.
You're coming off.
Yes,
and you don't have brake. Well,
I'm in a garage.
Oh no!
Inside the garage.
Okay, yeah.
I kid you not, dude. Oh my word! I'm trying to pull it off, giving it, and you got to give it some juice to get off. Over the ramp.
Yeah.
Once you get off that ramp, dude, you're backing up.
Yep.
Like you're going.
You're just yeah.
And the garage door was probably 20, no, not 20, probably like 50 feet behind my car.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I back it off the lift, and I go to press the brakes to the floor, have nothing.
Dude,
and
that would scare me. Like
everybody, as soon as I tried to hit the brakes, everybody and didn't stop. Everybody in the garage knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah,
the dude never told me I had a brake job done.
Yes,
so I'm backing. I'm going like 10 miles an hour back.
Mm-hmm.
Through inside of a building without control. That's pretty fast.
And
I swear it was slow motion, dude. I'm going back.
Yes.
Everybody's like, hit the brakes. I'm just going. I'm going. I'm like, I gotta find this e-brake. I don't know where the e-brake is in the vehicle.
Yeah, well, they're all different.
Luckily, it was an old enough vehicle to where it wasn't like a button.
It was still a lever? Okay.
It wasn't a lever either.
It wasn't a lever?
No.
Was it the brake, other pedal?
Yeah, it was another pedal.
Yep.
And I'm looking, backing up. It's just pressure building. I find it, dude. I smash that brake to the floor, dude. And I just like jerk. I get out. I'm no joke 5 feet from the garage door.
Dude,
I would have gone.
That's scary.
It was
that would freak me out.
Terrifying, dude.
So
I was 5 feet from going directly through that thing.
I got one story, and then we gotta get off here because I actually have sound today, so I gotta be back in like less than an hour. Because I just realized it's 9:30. I gotta be back here at like 10:20.
I got you.
So when I was at Vendevers, you ever seen the Mercedes Sprinter vans?
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? They're huge. Yeah,
they're giant.
So I was parking one. And they're long, right? Depending on what size you get.
Yeah.
This one was like one of the biggest ones. Like you could camp in this.
Yeah,
thing.
you could live in there.
Yeah. So I'm pulling around and I'm parking it in between these two, and I just didn't turn and I just scrape.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I scrape and I park, and I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
I started crying,
dude. Yeah.
Because
I would.
That's a $100. I don't know how much. Probably $150,000 car.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm like, I started crying. I'm like, oh my god, and it was an accident. I didn't swing. So first thing I did is I told my uncle because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. He's like, he goes back. He's like, what do you mean? He goes back and he sees it. He's like, oh no, and that makes
you're done.
Yes, I'm like,
you're done.
At that point, you're like, I don't care if I'm homeless. I want to quit.
Yes.
So
there's no way you're getting out of this.
I go into my boss's office and I
this
tell him,
conversation's giving me anxiety,
dude. So I go into my boss's office and I just tell him, right? I'm like, hey, I was parking the Sprinter van and I scraped it, and I scraped it on another one, so that's damaging.
Yeah, you hit two. Yeah.
So I told him, and then my eyes were watering up. So here's what he did.
Stop crying.
Here's what he does. No, he actually was very understanding. He was fine, and I didn't get fired for it because I think it's because I was honest. So anyway, what he does though, he calls all the salesmen in.
All of them?
All of them. All the new car salesmen in.
Hold up. Hold up. What?
Yeah, so he calls all of them in, and he's like, "Hey guys, we just have to get it out there that, we had an accident today, and we just need to know that, we all make mistakes here." And Dan's very and I'm standing there like, this could have been an email. Like, there's no need to announce this to all the salesmen.
Everybody stop what you're doing. Dude. If you're making a sale, stop. Come to the office.
And I am like on the verge of crying again because I'm so embarrassed. Dude. So after, there was one salesman that was like, "Dude, don't worry about it. You're not the first person that's happened to." I'm like, okay, that made me feel better.
Yeah.
He told me one guy drove a car through the glass in their dealership. Like, he drove it through. I don't know how you do that, but somehow it happened. And that was like they always keep the nice cars in the dealership. Yeah. And then a Mercedes and Audi, like, they kept like an Audi R8 in there, which is like a sports car, right? Yeah. So, and they kept like one That's Mercedes.
Like my dream car.
Yeah. And they kept one Mercedes in there that was $250,000 because they had all the perks. So anyway, that was one story there that happened, and it used to be one of those stories I would still think about, and it would still bring me back those. Now I don't really care. Yeah. But like, when he called the salesman in,
what are you thinking at that point? What?
Well, he called him in, and I'm like, is he wanting to fire me
in front of
everybody?
Get a
show?
Dude.
Yeah. I don't, but he was doing it in a nice way. So I have no clue.
That's so odd to me.
Yeah. So we need to let you know.
Yeah. Just wanted to let you know Dan screwed up today,
dude.
And
dude,
like, you're just
like, I just
want
to let you guys know that Dan, even though he's already bad at his job, he also can't drive. Good thing he's our porter. Dude, it was so embarrassing.
Oh, man. How much was the damage? Do you know the number, the dollar amount for the damage?
No, I didn't want to know. He asked me to wash it.
Dent or just scratch?
Oh, I scraped it down the side, like down the back half. It was
like,
big. It was
basically long. Just sideswiped the whole thing.
Yep. And then I don't know what happened.
He told you to wash it?
Yeah, he did. He goes, "Hey, we got it fixed. Can you at least?" No, they buff. I didn't buff it. I wasn't detailing yet.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Can you at least wash it?" I'm like, "Yeah. If that's my punishment, I will do it for free." Yes. Like, dude, I felt so stupid. And it's one of those things where you're like, well, now and people always ask me because I drive like a grandma, and like, I don't drive fast, and everyone's like, I'm like, I've been in 5 wrecks, and I've had that happen. Dude. It's not worth it.
I don't drive either because I've had a lot of vehicles break down on me.
Yes.
So
I'm
and it's terrible. Very nice to them.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But we'll pause it there. Oh, it's 9:40.
9:40. Dude, that
I need to leave.
Episode number 2, baby.
This will be 2 and 3. We are an hour 45 in.
2 and 3.
So I say we make this 2 episodes. What do you think?
Whoa.
2 like 50-minute ish.
Yeah. So Dan texted me about he texted me the link to our first podcast and the title of it. And I told him to change it to "What's Up, Girl."
Yeah, I know. We need to figure out this one.
Yeah, we just need to come up with stupid titles for them.
Oh yeah, this one needs to just. I feel like we talked a lot about dumb things that happen, so something to that effect.
Don't be dumb.
But let's make. I want to pause for like 5 seconds.
Wait, no, we're done. Don't end it yet.
Oh, okay.
I want to say goodbye remarks.
Oh no. Okay, fine. Let's do our
ending remarks.
What's our ending remarks?
Shout out to the dude in Belgium.
Dude, yes, please keep listening.
Can we drop our email?
Do we have an email? So the email, I need to figure out like how to post it.
We'll come up with a name eventually, I promise.
But so the email I have is on my phone, and I'm gonna keep stalling until it pulls up.
Okay, so this is for the dude in Belgium.
Oh, anybody.
If you happen to bet on listening to us again.
Yes. Well, the name of the podcast right now is D&J Life Lessons because we don't have a name. So this will probably change, but it's djlifelessons@gmail.com.
Come on, contact us, dude.
Please do. Please send us an email. And if you want us to stop podcasting, send us the email.
No, if you want us to stop, we'll never stop.
Never stop. No. This is too much fun.
It is. I love
it. It is. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
We love you all.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.